Hi everyone, it's Adam here from adaminsights.com, and I reckon I've found my new favourite online tool for converting black and white photos into colour. I've made videos before about converting black and white into colour, but I think that there is something particularly special about the algorithms or the technology behind imagecolorizer.com. Just a quick ethics statement here, guys. I've received no payment or incentive from imagecolorizer.com. I just found out about it. I've given it a try with a few images. I've so far liked the results from it, so I just want to share that with you here. Now, I'm going to make all of the before and after images that I'm going to show you in this video available on my blog. The link is in the description for you to check out, or you can just head on to imagecolorizer.com now and give it a try. But in this video, I'm going to give the tool a few challenges with a few different kinds of images, both shot on black and white film or digital, to see how it holds up. These are new tests, and whatever the results are going to make it into the video, whether Image Colorizer performs well or badly. So just before I get started, I just want to say this type of technology, it interests me a lot. It used to be something that required a lot of very high-end software and a lot of skill by professionals to colorize black and white photos or footage accurately, and it still does in a lot of applications as well. But with a lot of these online tools, now us as just home users or serious amateurs, we can really start to look at converting old black and white family photos or old historical photos into color and getting some great results out of it. I know that black and white has a certain charm to it, and I certainly like that as well, but sometimes it's just fun to actually see a colorized version of like an old photo, and just to get an idea of what the colors for the scene would have looked like. Anyway, without further ado, let's give this a try. So let's just jump into Photoshop. Okay, so obviously this is a color image. Now, what I'm going to do is desaturate this. I'm going to take all of the color information out of it, and I'm going to try this in Image Colorizer to see what Image Colorizer brings it back to see how good it really is. So we've got a few different colors here, in the building, in the toy store, in the person, or in the people rather. So let's just go adjustment, hue saturation in Photoshop, and we'll just take the color information out of the image. I'm then just going to save for web. By the way, if ever you're uploading a image to any online tool, well, for me, whenever I'm uploading an image to an online tool, whether it's my own website or anything, I always go through save for web in Photoshop, and that does a few things. One, it optimizes the compression, but it also removes any metadata that could have personal information in that. I'm going to make another video about that at another time. Anyway, I'll just save this. So we'll say that as black and white version. So let's just jump back into Image Colorizer. It's quite an easy interface. Let's upload that image and see what it makes of it. It's actually quite generous that it'll do 3000 by 3000 pixels. Some of these online tools don't let you upload very high res images, but I think Image Colorizer is a bit generous with this. Didn't take long to process, so let's have a look. Wow! it has probably done an excellent job on the skin tones and on the clothing. That is impressive. And on the hair color, I guess a lot of the crazy colors with all of the different toys on the left has possibly confused it a bit, and maybe the building, but it's figured out skin tones extremely well. That's, yeah, that's a fairly good result. Okay, I'm keen to try more. So let's just head back into Photoshop. Okay, so I picked this image because we've got a nice blue sky, we've got all the trees, but we've also got all of this funky graffiti down here as well. So let's just do the same thing. Take all the color information out of it. Save it for web. Jump back into Image Colourise and see what has happened. Didn't take long to process, so let's have a look. Okay, so probably a similar type of a result to previous. Some of the multicolored graffiti didn't come through so well, but then Image Colourise has figured out the trees, it's figured out the sky, it's figured out some of the vegetation and some of the urban colours. Again, that's not bad. That's good. I'm keen to try more, so let's have a look. Looking at this particular image, because it is blue sky with trees and the water, I reckon that Image Colourise will do a good job of this. Wow, that has done a extremely good job of recolorizing that image. But you know what has really impressed me about Image Colourise, and this is a good image to make an example of it. You tend to get some very patchy results where a lot of the colour sort of overshoots the edges on a lot of things. So it's like the green trees. So they sort of have like a green glow to them because it's just sort of like applied a green overlay to vegetation, and then it kind of goes outside the edges. You don't get that with Image Colorizer, and this is actually quite a nice result. That's actually very impressive. That's 10 out of 10, really. Anyway, let's now give Image Colorizer something a little bit more challenging. So this particular image was always a black and white photo. It was shot on Ilford black and white film. So we've got sky, a red brick building, some vegetation written down here. Let's see what Image Colorizer makes of it. Now that's quite impressive. Again, the thing that's impressed me quite a lot about this is that it's not patchy. Like, as I say, sometimes these online tools just apply like a color overlay to different parts of the image and they blend into one another. Image Colorizer seems to be very good at identifying the edges of different objects. So yeah, that's quite a good result. This building is a bit more of a red brick building, but everything else in that picture, really all things considered for what is there, that's actually quite good. This one I reckon could be quite challenging because we've got a wooden hut, we've got some other structures here, we've got some trees, some multicolored furniture, and obviously the green ground. This was also shot on Ilford black and white film. So let's see what Image Colorizer can make of it. Now that is impressive. That is very good. This wooden hut thing, that's pretty much what it looks like. The trees, the ground, yeah. The algorithms at work there in Image Colorizer are definitely working very well there. That's pretty much a 9 out of 10, very close to being a 10 out of 10 colorization job. The only thing is that some of these pieces of furniture are brighter colors than that, but that's really good. Okay, so one final test. So this was shot on Ilford FP4 film. We've got lots of different people here. We've got some green grass and concrete, blue sky, water. Shot on Ilford black and white FP4. What will Image Colorizer make of it? And also, because this was a hand-developed image, I've got a few scratches and that sort of thing going on in the picture. I reckon this was actually one of the last photos I took on a bit of a photo walk before the whole COVID-19 thing happened, and I couldn't really go on many walks for a while. So let's see what Image Colorizer makes of it. Wow, that's actually a really nice result. We've got lots of different colour clothing on the people. It's picked up the green grass, it's picked up the green trees and vegetation, the water, the blue sky. Again, that's pretty much a 9 out of 10. I think the only thing it really lacks is a bit of saturation, and it's possibly a little bit of an off tone, but I think in fairness that's probably also because I didn't actually do a great job in developing that film. It was a bit overdone in some respects when I developed it. But that's good. So overall, how do I rate imagecolorizer.com? Well, actually, I rate it very highly. I think that I'm going to enjoy using this tool quite a lot, and I'm going to play around a bit more with their apps. I'm going to leave some instructions for using some of the apps and a bit more info on my blog as well for you to read through. Please give it a try. I have to recommend it as a really great tool for colorizing black and white photos, particularly if you've got a lot of old black and white family photos or some historical photos you want to colorize and just have a play around with. You know, colorization, it just adds a certain new lease of life to some of these photos, and it's something which, yeah, I like shooting black and white, and I like the black and white aesthetic. I really do. But sometimes it's just nice to see what you get when you colorize these and actually see what they look like in color. And imagecolorizer.com has got a really good piece of technology behind it to let us do that. And, you know, the website is free to use, so might as well give it a shot, guys.